Hey, I'm Hailey.
And I'm Jessi.
And you're listening to Personality Hire.
The podcast where if you had a Facebook profile and it still said your name and then you could write a status about it being like Jessi Ford is meh, then this is for you. This is the podcast for you.
For sure.
This is the podcast for you where you had to put a feeling in your Facebook status.
Oh my gosh.
If you had a Facebook during that time, this is the pod for you.
I think so.
Welcome.
That's a really
welcome so much.
Like accurate statement.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really good. I was thinking a lot about Facebook because I have been inundated with, I still get on Facebook occasionally from time to time. Okay. And sometimes when I log on to it, it says, take a look back. You have memories to look back on. And I do. I always want to look because I want to delete them shits. Okay. I want them gone. Not a trace. I always want to look and see at the dumb stuff that I said so I can get it out of here. I go alt right click, delete out, get gone, commands, so no more. And so there were two that I found to be absolutely hysterical lately that I'm mortified over. They're gone from the permanent record, but I did share them first. And one was last week. I got on and I had written, Jessi Ford is intense with common sense. But are you? If that is what you write on your Facebook status, Jessi Ford is intense with common sense. And I wanted to let all 54 of my friends on Facebook know that I had good common sense.
What year was that?
It was 11 years ago. So 2024 minus 11 is...
I don't do public math.
Same. But you know it. But you can do it. You can do it in your car. You can do it on your phone. And then you can figure it out. I was an infant. I was a child. But am I also intense with common sense if that is what I chose to put on the internet? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see that being problematic, which that's like what I feel like a lot of memories toe the line of.
Okay. And well, some are maybe, were controversial hot takes, but again, they're struck from the permanent record. I got them out of there. And then the other one today, before I came here, it said, you've got memories to look back on. I said, lay it on me. And I had asked the entire internet, what do you call a man with a lower back tattoo? What do you call that? It can't be a tramp stamp. So what do you call that? And then my friend
could be a tramp stamp.
And then my friend had commented and she just put single.
Oh,
that was 12 years ago from this day today.
Kept that one up there.
I kept it up there.
Yeah,
I didn't delete that
good.
one. I didn't delete that one.
That is comedy.
So she said single and no one else commented. I just gave it up because I agreed.
Thumbs up.
But also I do think, is there a male version of the tramp stamp? I know men can have tramp stamps, but like I would like to make it a different name though. I'd like to rename it for a man.
A man. No.
If women get lower back tattoos and it's a tramp stamp, then when men get lower back tattoos, it's called a
F-boy.
It's called
stamp.
A midlife crisis.
Yes.
Or a quarter life crisis, depending on where you're at in your journey.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's how I am. That's just what I've been, thinking about my Facebook status.
I love that. That's really funny.
And I highly encourage you to go into your own Facebook archive and delete it. Delete what needs to be gone and keep the treasured memories. Keep them. Intense with common sense.
I like looking at the pictures from college because I'm like, what?
I had one today of me from when I was 16 years old. I didn't have a Facebook, but somebody in college uploaded it. 16 years old, I found a photo of me. 16.
I need to see the photo. I think the world needs to see the photo.
I was thinking in my head at 16 that I am full grown. And then when I look at those photos, you're not. I mean, I'm still not full grown, but I really wasn't. So anyway, how are you?
I'm swell. I'm a little tired, but like, what is new? I'm always tired.
Yeah.
But this past weekend, we went to Nowlands, and it was for one of my friend's engagement parties. Mm-hmm. Her fiance's family lives there. And we had an Uber driver that was out of this world.
Ooh.
And I really appreciate either I want you to never talk to me if you're my Uber driver, or I want you to be an absolute character. And this man was the latter. He told us that, like, he was like, I've got this song, like, I don't know if I should sing it right now. Like, I wonder if it's not bad words, but I wonder if I, like, No. I'm saying all positive things. I was just making sure I wasn't saying anything that, like, if somehow he stumbled upon the personality hire.
You just said that this man was a character and that he was
He's
nice.
a character. Yeah. No, I liked him a lot.
It's not disparaging.
No.
And I would love to hear the song.
Yes, and I guess, like, I thought I was about to out him, but then I was like, you have a whole song out about it, so your wife knows. Anyway, he was like, I had just took my wife on a date, and now I just decided to ride around. He was like, like something like along the lines of, like, I don't have a side piece right now. And then we were like, And he was like, I recommend everybody have a side piece. And then he goes, well, I know you guys are getting married because, the lovely betrothed couple.
Yes, they're betrothed.
Was in the car.
Oh, okay.
And so he proceeded to play us his song.
Okay.
And it was a song singing, essentially. He was like, something. I'm leaving home for my side piece, side piece. And he just blasted it on repeat. We were all like,
I'm leaving home for my side piece.
I'm pretty sure his name was Pokey Poke.
Pokey Poke. That's honestly like...
I'm not positive, actually.
He said, I recommend everyone have a side piece.
Yeah. And I said, who's got the time?
He said, you get a side piece and you get a side piece. Look under your chair. You got a side piece.
So that's how I'm doing.
I'm leaving home for my
side piece, side piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then was there any other, like, was that it pretty much?
Just like he was saying wild things. Some things that I won't repeat on the pod.
Do you think that's on like SoundCloud or something? Like I could find that?
It is. No,
perfect.
It's on YouTube, I believe.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Maybe we'll post it this week. Side piece, side piece.
Yeah.
It was actually like quite like the catchy bop.
I can't wait to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it.
I have some videos. I'll post those on the photo dump this week.
Great. Perfect.
From the call. Or from
Great.
the call? From the car.
From the call. The call's from inside the house because I'm leaving home for my
a
side piece. My side piece. Holy gosh.
If you guys were wondering, my eye is watering again. I don't know why.
And the yawn's going to happen in 3, 2, 1.
No, I'm kidding. I feel it. I feel like coming. As soon as we say yawn, it's going to happen.
Also, if you're watching today, I already told Hailey, and I look a little bit rigid if you're watching this on YouTube or anywhere you get your fine visuals at. It's because I have on a sleeveless shirt and I'm trying to Hulkamania for you. I just want you to see how just ripped my arms are as opposed to putting them down to my sides. Like, so anyway, if I look rigid
we haven't
today.
Figured out our angle yet.
We don't
so
know the
you
angle.
were a director of photography. Holler at your girl. I never said I was one. I'm never going to be one.
If you're interested in helping us with video, you can be our side piece.
Yes. If you want to be a side piece, help us delete our side pieces.
And until then,
because we look different.
Until then, I'll be leaning forward. My arms will be out at an angle and I will be upright fully.
Here we are. Hello.
What are we talking about today? Help.
We're talking about the things that you would expect us to talk about, but also expect us not to talk about because you wonder if we have this home training.
Home
And what
training.
do we mean by that? We mean, like, were you trained in the home? Were you feral?
And
Are
I think
you feral?
we mean, do you have home training that has now been instilled in you that you know how to act correctly in public places?
Right.
If you see people out and about and they're acting crazed, you automatically know you have no home training.
Yeah.
Someone in your home in your child years did not do you a service.
No, they say let them do whatever.
And then now when you're out and about in the world, you are acting as though you have not been trained properly.
Yes.
You are a puppy without any sort
Training.
of rules and training. Yeah, no.
You pee inside the house.
Yeah, 100%. And you don't, there's not a
You're an
puppy
iPad
pad,
kid.
not a puppy pad to be seen.
No.
Absolutely not.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
And when I think of this, the thing that directly comes to mind, and I will, in my mind, just know I'm doing this to you.
She's bopping you. Bop, boppity, bop, 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 bop. Bop.
Ooh.
Give an example. Let's give an I have
This is it.
Oh,
you ready?
oh, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Talking on speakerphone in public. And then giving me weird looks when I look at you because I just heard a conversation. I have ADHD. Of course I'm going to turn to you and be like, she said what?
Yeah.
And then you're going to be like make a face, like get out my business. I can't. You literally inserted me into your business.
Why do people do that? I'm asking
because they're selfish.
Honestly, though, like let's look at it though. Of course they're selfish. I get that part. Like that they don't have any regard for the people around them and their eardrums. But why? But like why are you taking a phone call? I don't know,
like not having your phone to your ear or why this is easier. Sometimes I think they can set it down. One of my favorites is when they're FaceTiming.
Oh.
And they're just like putting their camera everywhere. And I'm like, I just got in the shot. Stop.
Also, if you ever did that to me, you ever took me out and about with FaceTiming me, I would have motion sickness. I would say, get me off this cruise. I don't like this.
No.
That's too much. Don't be wobbling it all around on FaceTime.
I mostly see it between men and women. So I wonder if like they're controlling. They're like, I need to see where you're at.
Oh, I don't like that.
I kind of feel like that's where my brain goes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I made that up because I have never
But
had
it's an
someone do
interesting
that.
thought.
And if I ever dated someone and they were like, FaceTime me and show me, I would say, I need you to immediately go get the Men in Black and zap your brain. I need you to forget that I existed.
Did you see that Will Smith did a Men in Black performance at Coachella?
Yes.
Wow.
Speaking of home training.
Oh.
Because he done slap
he
someone.
got slapped. But the other, I was going to say, my indicator that people did not have enough home training is when you are unaware of my personal space bubble. If you do not know what it means to give me an adequate amount of personal bubble space, then I immediately know that you had inadequate home training. And this happens in line at the grocery. It happens all those places. But where it bugs me the absolute most is when I'm shopping and
You're
feel
trying to
you
encroach.
I'm
like,
going through the
that
rack. I'm looking at something, and like I still like to go shopping in a physical store. I still enjoy that.
I'm a big store person.
Okay, I feel like it comes and goes for me where I feel like I have the patience to do it. But when I'm in the mood and I have the patience to do it, I like to go to the store. I like to look at the clothes in person.
Yeah.
If you are coming up on me as I'm moving the hangers off the rack and I feel you and I look and you're grabbing the hanger as I'm moving it to the side, your hand's already on the hanger to look at it. You're too close. And I know that you're too close.
You know where this happens the most?
Oh my gosh.
This is a Zara problem and also a TJ Maxx problem.
100%. And
those are the two places where I'm like, get off my peen swing. Like, what are you doing?
Get off my back.
My derriere.
I need and it happens other places as well. But honestly, like, let's just all make a pact right here, right now, as our new hires. Let's make a pact that as we are raising the kids in our lives, the people in our lives, ourselves, like, let's just make sure we give other people personal space. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me a little bit of, because I don't like that. It
I don't
makes
think
me
it's that hard.
And I've been
also, why do you want to be all up on me?
I don't know. And I've definitely been one to look at somebody. I actually had to do this the other day. They were so close to me. I had to look to them and say, I need you to take 2 steps back. I need you to take 2 steps. I had to, Hailey. They took 2 steps back. I didn't say it rude, but I said, I'm really sorry. You're so close to me. I need you to take 2 steps back.
Was it a man or a woman?
It was a woman. It was a woman. If a man, I just would have said, like Conor McGregor and Jake Gyllenhaal in the new Point Break.
You mean House? What's
Roadhouse. Sorry, not Point Break.
I was like Roundhouse.
Is it Point Break about surfing?
It sounds like it.
I think it is. And I think Keanu Reeves is in that. What I meant was Roadhouse. Haven't seen it, not gonna see it, but that's what I would have done. Yeah. Anyway, that's my one example.
Yeah.
Peace space, personal space.
Yeah, I find that happens a lot in the grocery store line, which it's crazy because I'm like putting my stuff on the belt. And I don't like self-checkout. We've talked about it. Like, I just don't like the self-checkout, especially at the grocery store, because I feel like I'm stealing because I don't know. I can't remember if I
feel like I'm stealing.
I'm
not, but I feel
like I feel like every time I'm stealing and I'm like,
your every move is being scrutinized.
I'm
You're being
already
reviewed.
so embarrassed. I feel like I'm being looked at. Like, I'd rather just have someone else do it.
No,
you
but
know?
sometimes though, when I'm in self-checkout, I've done it so efficiently that I feel like the target person's going to come up to me after and be like, we're
Would you like a
hiring.
job?
We're
Yeah.
hiring for lead cashier.
By the way, it slips you some papers
Yeah.
and it's an application.
The way you bagged that up and with the quickness you did it, please consider this application. Sometimes I feel that would happen to me.
I feel like it could.
That's also an indicator that I have no home training from delusions.
You know
I have
what?
got delusions of grandeur.
We need to have delusions in this life. We really do. But yeah, like when that happens and then I feel their cart touch my butt because my cart's in front of me. And I'm like, and then no one's behind them. And I'm like, I have a question. Are you trying to speed me up?
I have a question.
Like,
Hey, quick question.
are you trying to make me go
Speed me
faster?
up?
Because I don't know how I can get this on the belt any faster.
I
I
can't.
really don't. I can't.
Oh
My God.
The other thing that's sort of timely with Coachella right now that I had thought of was I also know that you lack home training. If you're at a big event, let's say a public music festival where you are there and everyone's there to see something on a stage, like there's one point of visual that everyone is looking at and you're on somebody's shoulders or you're doing something to block the view of a big amount of people, don't do that.
Don't do that.
It's rude. And then I can't see around you.
I have like PTSD when you say that from my
Because you're
first
on
concert
you're
at
6
Backstreet
foot,
Boys.
You're on a 6'2" boyfriend's shoulders.
Yeah.
You're a cool 5'3", and so now. Again, I don't do public math, but think about it. Think about how that tall that is, and I can't see.
I can't see.
No home
Also,
training.
I just think of that first concert I went to, the Backstreet Boys, where every time Nick would come around, because they were on that spinning stage, it was Millennium.
Yep.
I was just a little petite girl, and somehow my dad got floor seats, which like, Dad. I like think about that now. I'm like, this is sick.
Dad.
It's because he was a part of the Blues alumni at the time, and it was at the Blues Arena, and I can't remember what it was called.
I thought you were
then.
going to say it's
good.
because he was part of the mafia.
Oh,
And
I mean, I would think with
and that's
those
how
seats
he scored.
for
That was
Backstreet
during
Boys
that
Millennium.
time. Yes.
Yeah, and so every time Nick would come around, this dad would raise up his daughter, and I was like, because I never got to see Nick. Really, I didn't get to get a good look with my
And I get what that dad was
5-year-old
doing.
eyes, or however old I was.
That dad was trying to make a core memory for his kid, and I do get that. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, like you can't do that.
No, you really can't.
Also,
because
this is
every
not.
time
This is
you got an arm workout.
Yeah, every time. And I didn't even just say my baby blue-eyed Nick Carter. What a time.
What a time.
I told this stupid little joke at a show that I had recently when I did a comedy set like last month and Hailey came. I think I told this. Yeah, I did. I told something. But this is the story about the bit, but it still gets me going. The fact that the Millennium Backstreet Boys concert, when that show came around, I had to go to Winn-Dixie and wait in line at this customer service counter to get my tickets from Ticketmaster because you couldn't buy them any other way.
I don't even know that time.
Wow. And that is crazy.
I remember going to Schnucks, which was a local grocer in the St. Louis area.
Schnucks?
Schnucks. It's called Schnucks.
Is that still around?
Yeah, it's still
Oh,
around.
I want a t-shirt of
It's called
that.
Schnucks. But we would go there for the summers to get like a discounted Six Flags
Oh, yeah.
season pass.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd get it for my brother, me, and our summer babysitter.
Yeah. I would go everywhere at Winn-Dixie and line up
That's
in
the only
the
time I
customer
ever bought
service.
anything
That
for tickets wise.
any tickets we would see in at Georgia, we had Coke cans where you would take it had a discount on the Coke can.
Yes. Well, we still had that in St. Louis.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you could take Coke cans, but it wasn't that much of a
I
discount.
really try to other your upbringing in St. Louis so much when it comes to like Six Flags. This is like the third time in 3 different episodes where I'm like, well, here we did it like this. And you're like, same.
Well, I think because everybody, and I like,
Schnucks.
I'm always like shocked when I hear things about the Atlanta like Six Flags experience. And I don't think that anymore because I've been, but you haven't been to the St. Louis one. So that's why you're like, well, we do this here. And I'm like,
sure it's
actually,
the same.
No, but like I had no idea that it was the same until I went to the Atlanta Six Flags. Like we both had the Ninja and it will wreck your head.
Oh my gosh. speaking again, other things, no home training when you're waiting in line for a ride.
Oh my God. When people are making out, we just thought the same thing. When they're like drumming.
No home training when you're waiting in line for a ride and people are leaning up against each other or they're making out.
And they do the like.
Where the girl is leaning up against the
God.
guy. So it's back to front situation. And
they're
like
acting
shuffling.
like they've just gone through something horrible. Why is their face always like.
Also, please don't wear flip-flops to an amusement park. That's a hot take.
Well,
just
you
please
literally
don't.
can't.
I mean,
and you do, and then you have to put them in the little bucket when you go in an upside down ride.
Your little flippy floppies are going to be flippy floppy and like to think about the things you're flopping around on. Please don't wear flippy flops to an amusement park. Please stop.
Please stop going to. No, I'm just kidding. You specifically, if you are
Six
wearing,
Flags sends us a cease and desist.
Yeah, they're like, stop our business, our sales. It was already plummeting because we stopped serving turkey legs after COVID.
Oh my God.
I made that up. I think they're still.
They're probably still there. It's fine.
And they better still have Dippin' Dots. All right, you won't catch me at Six Flags.
It's true.
I need a Dippin' Dots.
Please stop. I haven't waited in a line.
Out.
I haven't waited in a line for a ride in over 10 years. But when I do eventually again do that, if I catch somebody doing that,
stop making out.
I'm going to hit him with my flip flop.
No,
I'm not going to be wearing
weird.
it, but I'm going to have it in my back pocket. And I'm going to pop, pop, pop. I'm going to say, get off.
Also, I didn't do this because my dad told me not to do it. I had the urge to do it. But like when you're in lines and you have a child and you're letting your child do like flips on the bar and like, you know, like the waiting line bars and like run in and out, because without a doubt, I get bulldozed by children every time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love kids. So I'm like, oh, but then when I think deeper, when it happens like a third time, I'm like, you just chop my ankles like a razor scooter with your little ankles because you're like, and I'm like, your parents should have put you in a dog run before coming to Six Flags. Like wear them out before you put them in a line where they have to stand still. I don't know. Or just say, hey, we're about to be on the ride. Hands and feet to yourself. We don't say hands and feet to yourself enough to our children.
I will say it's one thing to say it. It's another if they're gonna listen to it. So while I understand that this home training is funny, I do also know
it's hard
that you can't control your kids all the time. They got minds of their own. I live it every day.
That's true.
And it's crazy.
I'm not really talking. I mean, I brought that up because like that is a thing that I'm like, I watch parents let their kids do that.
But you know what I at least want? To your point,
I just want someone to say
the parent
something.
to say it.
Yeah, I just want them to
even
say
if
something.
the kid isn't going to listen to you because I've
kids,
been there.
I get that.
Exactly. I just want the parent to look at me and say, I see that this is wrong and I'm going to say something about it. And then I'm going to go, you know what? I know that kid isn't going to listen to you because kids are crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you for saying something. I just want you to say it.
I was at, what store was I at
the
other
day?
See it.
Say it.
Say something. See something. Say something.
See something. Say something. This is not American Ninja Warrior playground.
Why are we chopping my ankles?
See it. Say it.
Also, like again, like it's okay if it happens once. When it happens the second time and a third time, and you've seen it, or you're not paying attention because you really don't care if your kid runs off or not, and that's another thing. It's really amusement park centric. Like this does not happen at a Target. This happens at an amusement park. I think parents maybe are overwhelmed or they're doing whatever, but they'll let their kids like, and you're not paying attention.
Bring back a leash. Just bring back a leash.
Put your kid on a leash. I don't know. I'm not saying that actually. I'm not going to say that.
I recently like started to notice too, like the home training or lack of home training in different like restaurant settings too.
Oh no.
When it comes to like these people that are older and you're taking them to like, you're just observing the other people that are around you at the restaurant. Yeah. And then the home training really comes out.
By the way, the home training that we're talking about really is about adults.
And manners. Yeah. It's just about adults. And how do you handle yourself outside in the real world? Do you get all upset and start acting like a little baby? Or can you control your emotions and act like a big boy?
Do you know how to take deep breaths?
Can you? But I see the lack of home training in the way that people treat the wait staff.
Oh my gosh.
And that really grinds my gears. I don't love when
It's
people.
so embarrassing when you're with that person.
That is truly, that might be the hallmark of somebody who has never really had proper.
Yeah.
I don't even know what, but like, please don't be disrespectful to the wait staff.
No.
Get a grip, and you can borrow one of mine for
so
that.
hard.
Yeah. Did you work in?
I've never, and I
Okay.
feel like people want to punch me in the face every time I say I've never worked at a restaurant. But let me tell you what I have done. I've taught dance and I've babysat. I've wiped enough booties in this world.
Yeah.
That like, I think it's okay that I haven't worked at a restaurant. And people like, I think actors too. Like when I say that, they're like,
You've worked you're still working like a service industry-ish job.
yeah.
Which I think is super important that everybody have the opportunity to do that once in their life. I mean, I worked at several different restaurants. I've worked in several different service industry, but you have to treat the people working those jobs with just a little respect.
Yes.
They just want respect.
Also,
Please.
I don't think I've ever had a problem treating someone with respect just because I haven't worked at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But also, it's because my dad always set a good example growing up.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to out myself because this just reminded me of a story that I will take with me and I carry it with me in my life. Somebody humbled me and brought me back to reality, and I needed it. I needed a reality check, and this person gave it to me in the moment. And I was like, you know what? You're right and I'm wrong. And I need to go have a moment with myself. But I remember I ordered an ice cream cone from a very popular fast food chain, and they're like, so sorry, like we can't give it to you at the window when you're driving through, can you pull up and we'll bring it to you? And I was like, sure. So I pulled up, I parked, and I was waiting, and I had a bad day, and I was just kind of being a little brat, and I waited for maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, and then I got out of the car and I went into the lobby of the restaurant and I said, hey, like I've been waiting for my ice cream cone. Like, I'm right there. Did you guys forget about it? I already paid for it. Here's my receipt. And this guy that was waiting in line turned around to me and he goes, it's a fucking ice cream cone. And he was like, why would you come in here and cause a scene about your ice cream cone? And I didn't think I was causing a scene. Maybe I was, but I have never been, I just like shut up and I was like, he is right. I'm causing a scene about an ice cream cone to these poor people during lunch rush. Anyway, I still appreciate that man.
Yeah.
He jerked me up and he said, you need to get right with the Lord. And I did. And I literally looked at him and I was like, you're right. I'm going to go back in my car. I drove off because I didn't want anybody to see me.
Ice cream after
I didn't want it. I drove away. But that's me being vulnerable. That sometimes it takes, you have to grow. You have to grow. You have to get right with yourself. You have to grow. Do you see me differently now that I've shared that story?
No.
Are you surprised by that story?
No, I'm not so much. But for like, I can understand like the way you said you're like, you were there for 10 to 15 minutes, like you had a bad day and you were just like trying to check the boxes. I know how your brain works and you're like, this is next. So
no, I
how
needed that
you
man.
got panicky, but
that man was I'm
glad he said that.
Oh,
I mean, I need
for
to hear that.
sure.
Just like this perspective of it's just an ice cream cone.
And in that moment, I was like, this ice
Like, what
cream
are you
cone's
really
going to
getting
turn my
mad
day
about?
around. I was like, this ice cream cone's going to turn my day around. This is it.
That's why I'm understanding.
But
like,
I needed
why
that
you did
man
that.
to be like, in what world
Are you going to walk in this restaurant
and act like that and act like you have no home training?
It was $2.99 best.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I learned because of all of my friends in the service industry, and I dated a waiter, and so he like taught me everything about the proper etiquette. And I think the one thing that I did, and I did not know that I needed to do, or like that I didn't understand, but I can't think of a time that I've done this except this one time. We were at a restaurant and they kept kind of forgetting some things, and I wouldn't think about it until they like they'd come back and they'd be like, good. And he told me, he was like, you need to make sure that you're like, if you have something you want from them, say it all at once.
Yes.
So they don't have to keep coming back and forth.
Yeah.
And that, I was like, how many times have I done this to someone?
But I think that.
But I always pay 22%.
Yeah. And I think though, if you say to them
If
like,
not
hey,
more.
I'm sorry to run you, or like, I know you just came over here, but I forgot to ask you for ketchup, or like whatever. I feel like that's still.
I always say like with water, I always go, whenever you get a chance, no rush.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
I want them to know that like it really is no rush if I say that. If I'm like, I just ate something spicy, I'll go to the bathroom.
I'll put my head under this faucet.
It's not your problem that I have a low tolerance for spice, which I don't. But if I did,
Get this girl on Hot Ones right now.
call me. I love chicken wings.
I love that show.
I want to be on Chicken Fried Chicken Shop.
I love her.
I'm
Chicken Shop.
obsessed with her.
Chicken date.
Except she did flirt
Chicken
with,
shop date.
with my mans.
Who's your man's?
Andrew Garfield and
Oh,
Paul Mescal.
Yeah, but that's her job. What
I know, it's so good.
She
I love
invented a job for herself where she flirts with cutie pie actors and actresses and everybody in
I love
between.
it.
What a queen.
She's a queen.
So cool. She invented
Love
that
you,
job
girl.
for herself. Love that
We
for
love
her.
you. We love you.
She would never yell at somebody for forgetting an ice cream cone.
And she's the only one who's not allowed to not have home training because the questions
True.
she asks are so funny.
They're invasive and I love her for it.
I love her.
What about movie theaters?
Okay, stop talking.
Oh, yeah, just simple.
No, we
Just
all
stop talking.
paid $50 billion to be here tonight. Please shit your pee-hole.
Just step
I don't care if you brought snacks from home. No, I don't. Because I did too.
That should just
I
be...
also do buy popcorn.
Okay.
And I buy a soda.
Yeah.
But like if I like bring a little candy and
Did they go through
me
your
and a
bags
past
nowadays?
boyfriend, I don't think they do.
Okay.
But me and a past boyfriend,
Yeah.
we would bring a wine bottle and like little
Yeah.
cups.
Sure, why not?
But then we'd feel so bad that we did that we would buy like
Is that, I guess I just never really realized. I mean, am I responsible for the downfall of the movie theater industry because I've been bringing my snacks? Like, is that how they make the majority of their money dollars? Is on
I
the
think
snacks?
the downfall of the movie theater is that like unfortunately streamers I don't think it's the snacks. I think the snacks help now.
Yeah.
So buy snacks. I don't know. Let's talk to a manager. We'll get a manager of AMC on
We'll
here.
call AMC.
We'll
call
get
him.
Phipps.
Yeah, I don't know. I go to a lot of kids movies nowadays, so I think that I don't really
But
have.
you're used to people talking.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that's like expected in a kid's
Yeah.
movie. A little bit to an extent. Like you hear like little voice be like, or go like, whoa, like responses, which I think that's cute. I love having a shared experience. Like if I'm at a theater and I'm trying to think of a movie that this last happened, but people are like, whoa, or like,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody's laughing. Like that doesn't bother me. I love to hear people have fun. Actually, like it makes me, it makes me so happy.
Hi, I'm Hailey Sportout, and I love to hear people have fun.
I do. That's why I like comedy. I do. It makes me happy. But if you're like sitting back there and like, oh my God, what is she wearing? Oh my God, like, did you say that? Oh, I love him. Did you see the last movie I was in? Oh, look at her. Oh my God, did you see the Tams? Like, oh my God, Kim Kardashian. I'm like, shut up. I'm trying to watch a movie. Shush. I'm going to throw my popcorn at you. I'm going to throw my popcorn at you.
Oh my God.
That's when I hate it.
You know what? The whole
Stop.
time you were doing that, you know what I was going on in my head?
Dissociating.
No,
Oh.
I was just giving you a soundtrack to while you were doing that. In my head, I was saying, my side piece, my side piece.
I'm gonna leave home something for my side piece,
my side piece.
and I'm throwing popcorn and
I'm
raging.
gonna throw popcorn at my side piece. Come over
Side
here,
piece.
baby, and get you some of this buttery popcorn. My side piece, my side piece.
Yeah, I love you, Pokepoke. I don't know. I actually can't remember if that's his name, and it will be really unfortunate if it's not. DJ Pokepoke. We the best.
We the best.
Major key.
You know who's
Have
going
a
on?
side piece. Side piece. No, he is not.
You know, I was
DJ
gonna say, do you know
Khaled.
who's going on tour?
DJ Khaled.
No.
Or Pitbull. And Enrique Iglesias, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they all going together?
Pitbull, Ricky Martin, and Enrique Iglesias.
We've got to go.
I think so. But no, I saw some videos of Enrique. He can miss me with that.
Can
Enrique,
you be my hero,
he's
Enrique?
not really maintaining his vocals.
Do you know? Do you know? Do you know what it feels like when Enrique?
I have no idea. Is
I'm not
that
going.
an Enrique? Well, no, what I was going to say,
I'm
though.
gonna go see Ricky. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we gotta talk about something. I just thought about something.
Wait, I have to finish. This is not who's going on tour.
Okay, go.
I was going to tell you, Missy Elliott and Busta Rhymes and Sierra are going on tour. Sierra are going on tour. And I want to go to that. That's all I wanted to say. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, we're going. I'm sorry. Listen up, everybody. There's some major something happening in our club. You know that Missy Elliott song?
No.
Pass the Dutch.
Oh, yes.
Growing up, I did competitive dance, and we were known for hip hop. Our studio owner, Tanya Reed, one of the best. If you need a choreographer,
Like our
if you need a
studio
dance
owner,
teacher,
Abby Lee.
No, her name's Tanya Reed. She's amazing. She was so supportive. She was always supportive of my comedy dreams, and she would let me at recitals and Christmas recitals do a comedy piece. Like, I'm not kidding. I would do like a character on stage. I had this character called Pat in high school that I would do, and she was a crazy lady. And I would, like, during the Christmas recitals, I would decorate a Christmas. Yeah, her name was Pat.
Give us some.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
Actually, I will upload. There's one video existing online, and I will put it on Personality Hire Instagram.
I gotta see Pat.
Yeah, it's crazy. But she was a Nelly dancer, and like for many, many years before she came to save our studio.
For
Nelly.
Sir Nelly?
For Mr. Nelly of STL.
For Mr.
And she
St.
danced
Louis
for
Worldwide?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can find her in St. Louis.
Give me two pair.
I can show you her in that music video.
Wow.
That's one of my favorite music videos ever.
Wow.
Because of her. Anyway, we were really good at hip hop, like won everything in hip hop. Not so much in everything else, but hip hop, we slayed the house down, Boots. And one dance that we had several years in a row, like the whole time she was there, that we would win everything. Well, we had Jabberwockies. We did Jabberwockies, like the masks. Do you remember Jabberwockies?
Oh my gosh.
Sick. We did that. The sweatiest dance I've ever done. Can you imagine being under a plastic mask for 4 minutes?
You did Jabberwockies?
Hip hopping.
Wait, time out.
But we had Missy Elliott mix. So we had Missy
That's
Elliott.
cool.
And it was Missy mix, I think. But we won everything. And it's so funny. I know I have tapes at home.
I can feel your pride right now.
Oh, it was sick.
No, I can
so
feel
cool.
it. No, it makes me excited for
It was
your
really cool.
childhood. Like I can feel you still.
I know every Missy Elliott song because we danced to every Missy Elliott song.
I can't stand the rain. That one was good. Did you do a trash bag dance?
No.
Where you put on a trash bag like Missy Elliott in that music video?
We didn't because I think we were too young and that would have been, it would have hurt us because that's a lot of sweat within that trash.
Oh, okay. Well, you saying
we
Jabberwockies.
We did the
so I didn't
Jabberwockies
know.
with gloves. That was wild.
Does Jabberwockies require like lighting as well, or was it just the
No, because
masks?
you can't. Yeah. It was
Okay.
the masks and
Okay.
we had gloves.
But did the gloves have
no.
little
We
ET lights
That
on
would
the
have
end
been
of
very
them?
expensive.
Okay.
But we didn't have that.
Okay. I'm so happy.
It was good. But that's what I think of when I think of that. Also, I want to circle back to Ricky Martin.
Yeah,
Because
please.
do you remember last week when I said Lance Bass was one of my
Yes,
first crushes?
yes.
I also had a crush on Ricky Martin. Do you know what Ricky Martin also is? Gay.
Yeah, you've got.
I
theme.
love gay men.
You love a fabulous man.
Yes, I think that's it.
I think you do love a fabulous man.
I love fabulous
but
men.
who doesn't love a fabulous
Who
man?
doesn't? You're
Yeah.
wrong if you don't.
Yeah. I think that just boils down to you spotted from a very young age. This man has something extra to give.
He's got some riz, and I love it.
And it's not going to be taking me on a date. It's just going to be he's fabulous.
He's gonna take me on a shopping date.
He's going to take you on a shopping date.
And I'm
And
gonna
he's
take
going to
him
and
on
he's going to
one
give you
too.
personal space. He's not going to encroach on you.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
I went to, this is an extreme brag. Hold on to your hats. I went to the resort in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico? Is that where Ricky Martin lives? He lives in a resort in Puerto Rico, and I got to visit the resort. Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. Anyway, I got to go there. I got to
Wow.
see his abode.
Is it
She's
beautiful?
into superstition,
Black cats and voodoo dolls. Da-na-na.
and I feel a premonition. That girl's gonna make me fall. That was very
We're
cool of
just
him. That
gyrating.
was very cool of him to do that like surf interlude.
I know. We're
in
like,
his-
whoa. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I was going to say.
Well, I was gonna say, do you think that we should? So Hailey and I, Mom and Dad have been talking, and we think that we want to start doing a segment every episode where each of us come to the table for your enjoyment of our personality hires of the week. How do you feel about that? Fine. Okay, good. Because we're going to do that.
And we love you very much.
And we would never do anything to hurt you
or upset you in any way.
Which is why we wanted to come to you first.
We want what's best.
Obviously, we want what's best
support you.
For our whole family, for the office. We just want what's best. So anyway, that being said, we're going to try this out.
Personality hire of the week.
Every week, we're going to bring you personality hires of the week for your consideration.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, so an obvious one would obviously be my Uber driver, Mr. Pokepoke. But we're going to go beyond that because I already told you enough about him. And he gets an honorary medal.
Yeah.
But my personality hire of the week is my friend, Aaron O'Connor, who came and watched Mama during Easter weekend. And then also while I was in New Orleans this weekend. And just took such great care of Mama, and she's so funny. And Mama has this big long snake toy, and she sent me a picture of Mama with her snake toy. And I go, oh, I love that you'll toss in whole little snakey tool. And she's like, oh, I think it's a worm. And then I remembered she doesn't like snakes, and I was like, I think that's very funny. I think that's very funny that
she
you
said,
know it's a snake, but you're like,
she said it's a worm. And she said,
knows.
don't ever talk to me like that again.
And that made me giggle very hard.
Well, honestly, Erin, I also don't care.
Very funny
for snocks.
No,
so,
the first time she stayed, I hid that like little gold snake that you hate. And I was like, Jessi hates that too.
I'm not.
And then I forgot to hide it again when she was here last.
If
so sorry.
I see a snake in the wild or something, I'm not going to be like, kill it, get it, hate it. If you're a person that owns a snake, it's your pet.
Oh no.
Why?
No.
Why? Get help. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, you're Slytherin.
It's very peculiar to me. Snakes. Ugh, I don't know. I just don't.
They're just really large, evil worms.
They're just freaky little worms. Maybe if I think about it like that, it'll be better. I don't like worms that much either.
No, but they're less threatening.
Yes.
I don't like caterpillars either, but they turn into a butterfly.
Yeah. They do. They go in their chrysalis for 2 weeks and they emerge as a beautiful butterfly. And if it were only that simple for me,
and sometimes they're really, really hungry. That's how I relate to them.
Yeah, that's so true. I was going to have my 2 personality hires of the week. I've already said both of them in this episode. I was going to try to keep them for the end, but I can't. One is going to be Facebook. It's my personality hire this week because I don't quite know what service it provides me in my life anymore. I don't quite know what it does for me anymore. But every time I log into it, it gives me something that's golden. And
that's all you need.
And that's all I need.
A little bit of sparkle in your life.
So I'm still going to put Facebook as going to be my personality hire of the week. And that's controversial. And then my second is going to be TJ Maxx because it's not always going to give me what I want it to, but it's going to give me what I need. Kind of like maybe somebody would think about Target. Like I freaking love TJ Maxx. I want a TJ Maxx kick. There's one in Atlanta right now. I'm not going to say which one it is because honestly, I'm going to gatekeep it. I don't want you to go there and buy up all the goodies. But when I go, I'm like, this could be me rolling the dice in this TJ Maxx because you got to dig. You got to want it. You got to dig. But it provides me what I need at the right time because it's my personality hire. So those are my 2 things. That. Yeah.
I love that.
That's it. That's all I got.
I love it. I'm really excited. Are we possibly doing that episode we talked about?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to do next week.
Yes.
Sort of like our favorites, our favorite things, products,
things in general.
Things I think that we're going to put together like our favorite products plus maybe desert island things.
Yeah.
Everything that's materialistic. That's going to be our
like flashy lights.
Yes. Materialistic episode. We're going to talk to you about stuff. And
that we love.
We like stuff.
No, we can't live without. Because obviously we can
live without anything.
Except water.
Except for our true loves. Each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mr.
Our new hires.
Pokey Poke. Pookie Poke. Pokey Poke.
Pokey Poke. I think we'll find out his name when I post it on our Instagram. I'll do the research. Sad piece. I'm leaving home so I can go visit my side piece.
Side piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we'll let you know where to find that on SoundCloud. And other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. We'll see you next Thursday. Please rate,
review,
subscribe, share
Leave
with
us
a
a
pal.
comment.
Please leave a comment.
That's also review. So sorry about
Review
that.
it. Yeah. Share
Go
with
find
a
us
friend.
on TikTok.
Go find us on TikTok.
Give us some views.
We don't get TikTok.
We're in like a TikTok jail.
I don't get TikTok. I don't get the Tic Tacs.
I don't. What do you want to see?
Should we start live streaming on Facebook? Because I know we could do that. Side
Facebook.
piece,
So my
side
grandma
piece.
and her hacker, whoever's hacking her Facebook at
Oh,
the time,
no.
telling me they need money. Do you know how many times that happens? Sorry, Facebook. I know you're like awarded personality hire of the week.
My stomach just growled, which means we got to get the heck out of here.
All right, Janine, take us home, sis. Ah.